Logan, you touched on the walk-on running back that's impressing. How does the overall depth look?
Yeah, so we mentioned earlier in the show, Wren decided to enter the transfer portal. Speedy guy, track guy. There was some question marks if maybe he was going to go full-time into track this upcoming season for Florida State, but ended up sticking with playing football, and he still intends on playing wherever his next venture is. Great young man, has had great relationships with him before coming to Florida State, and he always treated Nate awesome. They have a really good relationship, and really good guy, and wishing him the best. And so you look at Florida State's running back room now. You know, you've got Treshaun Ward, who that's your solidified starter. Didn't have to see a lot of burn during the scrimmage, kind of giving him some rest. Norvell already knows what he's got with him, but you know, we saw a lot of burn on the Saturday scrimmage with the twos, or what could potentially be the twos, because Norvell, and I was told from a source, Norvell wants to see an emphasis between Benson, Oregon transfer running back. He wants to see also Toafili. Those two were getting a lot of burn on Saturday. I think he's looking for his number 2 right now. And, you know, you wonder about DJ Williams too behind him. And it seems like you're starting to see a little order here. You've got your one guy with Treshaun Ward, but now Norvell wants his 2, and Coach Yak, Florida State's running back coach, you know, they want to know, is it going to be Benson? Is it going to be Baby 9? Who's going to be? Because now you lose Wren. You still have DJ Williams, who I thought had a pretty decent practice too on Tuesday. Scored a touchdown also. You know, you look at this group, and it looks pretty good. And I think Florida State definitely with CJ Campbell too. I mean, it's worth noting him as being an emerger. He's kind of having a king of the spring type deal that Treshaun Ward had last season. You know, you feel good about this running back room. I don't think it's a major hit with Wren leaving. Do you lose some speed? Maybe, yeah, but you still got a lot of other speedy guys on this offense, which Florida State has done a really good job of recruiting and bringing in. And so running back room is fine. It looks good. There's a lot to like from it. This is what Coach Norvell does really well, is bringing in guys, and even if they're not maybe highly touted recruits, he's able to develop. And I think he sees a lot in Baby 9, quite a bit, talking about Toafili. He sees a lot in him, a lot of potential, and he's really shifty and such. And I just don't think Toafili, and I was talking to Dustin and some of the other guys at Noel Game Day about this, I don't think Toafili's maybe a practice star kind of guy. And there's tons of other guys that aren't in college football and NFL. They're maybe not practice stars. They don't shine. They're not highlight guys. But when it gets to game time, they make plays, and they make big-time plays, just like we saw with Toafili last year and that Clemson game. Where did that come from? You know, you see that, and you see those flashes, and, you know, the couple of weeks prior to that too. And, you know, I think he's more of a game guy, and you like to look at Benson being a gigantic running back in that room, and he's a big guy and he's explosive, so it's easy to say, oh man, that's a good looking guy in the spring, that's a good practice guy. But you look at Toafili, smaller, thin, doesn't look like maybe a built running back, and you know, you don't really see it until Saturdays, and that's completely fine. You know, that is what it is. But I think Norvell is definitely looking at who is going to be his number 2, and it's going to be between, right now for me, Benson and Baby 9 with Toafili.
Logan, be careful with the intel. George says he's going back to report this all to Billy Napier, all the important stuff that he learns. So,
you know what? You know what's funny? Billy Napier followed Dustin Lewis, who's our lead writer and editor. He's on Hear the Spear with us. He followed him on Twitter, and we might need to keep an eye out. I think Napier might be spying. It was right before spring too, so I don't know what's going on in Gainesville, and him wanting to keep an eye on an FSU media member, but might be taking a peek at that a little bit, Mark. He better not be taken away from me. I'm hoping not. I don't think Dustin would go down to the Gators, though, but he might be spying on Norvell and what he's doing here at practices.